By now we have glorified the microbes a lot. Like we did discuss what are they, how many types of them are there. We did discuss that what type of particular microbe causes what disease, how do they spread themselves into the body. Now what we have to discuss is that what if the body is being infected by a microbe, what are the next steps that are to be taken. We just can't learn that this is the microbe that caused the disease and oh this has been the manifestation of the disease and keep on looking. We have to take some step, and that step is known as treatment. Now one thing you have to keep in mind that depending on the type of number of microbes which have developed inside the body, the severity of the disease is decided. Now what does that mean? Now supposedly inside a classroom there are two noisy students who are making loud noise. That much would be the contribution of each student, because there are two, the noise would be lesser. Supposedly that classroom is having 20 such students who are very loud. You can imagine the extent of noise in the class. In the same way, if the body is having huge number of microbes in comparison to lesser number, the one which has lesser number will show lesser symptoms and would be easier to treat. And that is where we come across the term treatment. And one which has more number of microbes, that will be difficult for the particular physician to treat that, and it would be little bit difficult in terms of time. It is going to take a longer time, and it depends also on one thing, that how much damage has been done to the body. Now talking about the treatment, see, because we are talking about the infectious diseases which are caused by microbes, we have two methods of treatment. One is to control the symptoms, that is symptom specific treatment. Whatever the symptom is, we are going to control that, control the symptoms, or that is symptom specific. The second thing is kill the microbe. Now, if you were to ask me, I would say that it is better to kill the microbe, because the little organism who is giving you so much pain and problem to any individual, any human being, should be killed, okay? But it is not the case. That is my individual opinion. Either we have a symptom specific medicine that is being given. Supposedly you are having cough, so the symptom would be observed and a particular medicine would be given to you, and it would either control the microbe or it would kill the microbe. Now for killing the microbe, we have to deal with killing the microbe. You often go to a physician and you hear the term antibiotic. There are certain microbes which are used against the other microbes for the killing, because you know, in this world we have lots of competition. You come across the competition between individuals. In the terms of food chain, there is lot of competition. One activity could be harmful to the other organism, and that is what we see in the case of antibiotics. So we have the mechanism known as killing the microbe using the other microbe. That is why we have anti means against, and biotic, some living organism against the other living organism, and the example is penicillin. The classic case where Alexander Fleming was studying about staphylococcus, over there penicillium was growing, so he termed penicillin. It helped a lot to wounded soldiers and a lot many diseases in the World War, and he was awarded a Nobel Prize as well for his discovery. So we have the killing of microbe as one of the methods of treatment. The other is controlling the symptoms. The painkillers would be given, the microbe growth could be reduced, or some other salt or chemical would be given so that the growth of that particular microbe stops. So these are the two methods of the treatment. Now this treatment in both the cases is for a short period, okay? Now what if we have a method where we are going to control the effects or the infectious diseases by ourselves? You know, I talked about the immune system. The body is having an immune system that is present inside us, that takes care of all the diseases that come and affect us. Now I am standing over here, you are sitting next to your laptop or whatever computer screen. What you see over here is that even inside this room where I am standing and where you are sitting, there would be many microbes which are present, okay? None of that would come and infect you until and unless you are in some infected stage. Now, how does that happen? That happens because of the infectious immune system. Sorry, it's not infectious agent. Now, if we use this immune system against the disease in such a way that this does not come and infect you again and again, that particular process is known as immunization. We don't hear about smallpox anymore. Why don't we hear about smallpox anymore? Because that has been completely eradicated. There is no human infected case of smallpox. Smallpox was a viral disease that was caused a lot in earlier times. Now, this immunization was done by Edward Jenner. Okay, this immunization was done in such a way that he took the idea that our body has a memory system. And who has that memory system? Immune system has a memory system. You must have read about that classic case where a woman who was having cowpox, there was a boy, he was having smallpox, the pustules of cowpox were taken and inserted into the boy, and then he could not contact smallpox. That is the classic case. We read a lot about it in the case of immunization. I am going to repeat it, that there was a particular famous chemist, and Edward Jenner, he was studying that a female, there was a lot of widespread of smallpox. What he saw, that there was a female, she had cowpox and she did not contact smallpox. Now, he realized that what if the body is given an imprint of cowpox virus, and in a way it creates a mechanism against smallpox. Now, it must be going something over your head. I will take care of that. See, our body has a memory. Supposedly, you had been bit by a dog. Next time you go in front of a dog, you are going to be cautious. Same as in case of the body. Supposedly, a body is given little bit of the microbe that causes the disease, not in that much quantity that it can manifest itself in the form of disease, but in a quantity that creates an imprint that the disease could be caused. Next time, whenever the encounter takes place, the body remembers it and the immune system works in a better, efficient way. As I give the example of a dog, if it bites you in the first time, next time whenever you are going to see any dog, you are going to be scared and you are going to be particular and you will keep a distance. Same way the body will also remember. This was what taken care of in the case of immunization. And nowadays we have so many vaccines present around us. The word is vaccine. It is taken from vacca. Now, vacca means cow, and I told you it was the case of cowpox. We have many vaccines. Recently, we got rid of a disease called polio from our country because of the vaccines that are given time to time. That is immunization drive run by the government of India that made it possible for getting rid of polio from our country. At the same time, entire world has been free of the deadly disease called smallpox. There is another disease, measles, that recently our country got rid of. So, there are many diseases which by a proper process of immunization that come under treatment itself of a disease have been eradicated. So, this was all about why do we fall ill? What if we fall ill? What do we do? So, we have seen that we fall ill by some or other condition where our body is not working well. It could be a microbe that is causing it. It could be internal body system that is responsible for it. When we talked about microbes, we talked about different organisms who are causing it. Then next what we talk about is, what if the disease has been caused? What do? We do the treatment. What if the treatment is also very much not that much specific, and what if the treatment is needed time and again? We have a better option, and that alternative is immunization. So, this is all you have to understand in what do we fall ill. As I told you in the beginning, the chapter is quite analytical. You just have to understand from the understanding of your previous classes where you have been introduced to various hygienic conditions which should be maintained. Try to recall those, and all the very best for understanding this chapter.